This week on Around the Monitor, IGN has been accused of publishing a plagiarized review. Bethesda says Fallout 76 won't be coming to Steam. And we're going to talk about Smash Brothers. Because Smash Brothers. Let's get ready to go Around the Monitor.
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of 8/17. I am King Kaiser, your host. Starting us off for our group of guest panelists today, we've got the unlucky tacticianer, the Green 8 Ball. Sure. The bearded bruiser, the Slam Man.
Good evening.
Birdcatcher Wesley, Buritzubarru. And we've got Hayo. All right, so starting off this week, we've got a bunch of interesting topics for you this week to discuss. Starting us off, we've got IGN apparently published a plagiarized review this week by one Philip Mewson. Basically, came out, published it right as the review embargo came up. However, a week ago prior, a small YouTube channel by the name of Boomstick Gaming released a review that seemed awfully similar. Who then the owner of Boomstick Gaming put out a video saying, "Hey, this seems like plagiarizing. What should I do?" And pretty much the internet showed up, pitchforks in hand, to demand the heads of IGN and the reviewer in question. IGN has since pulled down the review. They've published a new review with a completely different reviewer and have fired the reviewer in question, who's actually a pretty high member of IGN's editorial staff. 8-Ball, how do you feel they handled this? Do you think they did the smart thing here by getting rid of this guy, distancing themselves pretty harshly?
So, as a whole, IGN, other gaming review sites have recently, and especially in previous history, have been lackluster in terms of reviewing their own games. So, to me, I'm actually pretty satisfied with their actions. I saw the review. If you look at the channel itself, they compare side by side. He basically copies and if I was in college, that would have gotten me maybe like thrown out of the school. So if that guy gets thrown out of IGN, then that's also a very fair ruling right there. But IGN corrected itself from going from bad reviews to doing a good thing for this, in my opinion. So well done, IGN, for cracking down on this one really harshly.
Awesome. Now, Hayo, I don't know if you've seen the reviewer in question here. Philip Mewson is his name, from IGN. Now fired. He set up a video of him apologizing. That came off really half-hearted, and the internet kind of blew him up for it again. And then immediately afterwards, he pulled it down. Obviously, it still exists on the internet because once something's on the internet, it's always there forever. What do you think? Is there an option for this guy? Has he just completely fucked himself into a corner, or can he do something to kind of save himself here?
I mean, if you're in the journalism business and then you're caught plagiarizing, that's kind of the nail in the coffin, right? You know, that's kind of you're working with children and you're starting to diddle one of them. You can't do that. And he kind of looks like he looks like a jackass too. He just kind of looks like an asshole.
Oh, great points. All right. So. Sorry, Buritzubarru, do you think
follow that?
Do you think so now IGN itself has been kind of slammed as it kind of the branching umbrella that this guy was able to have a platform, put a bunch of stuff out there, and this review, which was, I think, kind of hard to argue that it was not plagiarized. Do you think? How much do you think they're at fault for this? Do you think they should take a shot of credibility for this? Do you think they did the right thing? Do you think moving forward that this is kind of obviously something they're going to be very aware of? But do you think they should be forgiven, or do you think they shouldn't take the blame as hard as this guy has?
Well, I mean, regardless of whether or not IGN should be forgiven, they're going to stay around anyway. You cannot get rid of IGN because of how large it is and how all-encompassing it is. They have 10 million subscribers on YouTube, and their reviews matter. They matter in the sense that they're being read.
Do you think that this hurts the credibility of all reviews on their website, there on their platform?
Well, here's the thing. This gentleman, Mr. Musin, was his name, correct? If you look into it, IGN has also said there's also been some question into other reviews that he's made. Specifically,
you're jumping the gun on me here. You're jumping the gun on me here. Yeah.
Skyrim for the Switch. So he's already been caught doing this. So clearly, IGN needs to be more strict with their reviewing policy, not just for their reviews, but for reviewing their reviews. They need to be more. They need to have a more strict policy in looking at the reviewers, looking at their work. Their editors need to be looking at what is coming from IGN because they have a responsibility to the gaming public to not do that kind of stuff.
Bouncing off of that, Slamman. So Philip Musin, when he was caught on this, basically in his video and then also on Twitter, he railed against Jason Schreier, who is another probably the best gaming journalist alive, works for Kotaku, basically saying like, oh, he just put out this article as a hit on me to get some clicks for Kotaku and all this yada yada, and like it was like, I dare you to find like another instance where I've done this. And a few hours later, not even the rest, like 24 hours later, he was like, let me pull up, like literally, like here are some receipts of you doing this again. Pretty damning evidence again. Do you think if Philip Musin now came out and just threw himself at the court, said, hey, I fucked up, you're right, and I lied about it, I tried to cover it up, and now I'm caught red-handed, do you think that there is any chance that this guy can claw his way back into gaming culture, into gaming journalism?
I would say absolutely not. He's already done the classic pull everyone else down with you if you are caught in trouble. He's trying to blame other people for what he's made a mistake on. Second, the evidence is there supporting that he did in fact likely copy another YouTuber's content. I think if IGN gets off with just putting out an apology video, they're very lucky. Be some kind of lawsuit/settlement involving the YouTuber who boomstick with the original video. He is definitely a damn this case as an reviewer, part of me, and likely doesn't have a future in the field.
All right, and just kind of one more, bouncing it back. Boomstick Gaming, the poster of the original video, has now, I believe when I saw the video of his like side-by-side comparison, he was about 20, maybe 30,000 subs on YouTube. Now he is at 70,000 subs. And has released another video on We Happy Few.
Not gonna last.
Not gonna last.
Talk about a boom, though.
Hey,
definitely. Hey, Paul's right. Definitely a boom. This is all publicity. Unless he somehow raises the level of his content. Mind you, I'm not a subscriber of his channel. If he puts out quality content, people will stay. If not, they're gonna leave. It's obvious.
Yeah. And Hayo, do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing for the developers of Dead Cells, which is the game that was plagiarized for the review?
If you hadn't even just said, oh, it was the game that was plagiarized for the review, I can remember the scenario, but I'm going to forget all the details. I'm just going to go, IGN, they got plagiaristic people working for them. I don't care about the game. I don't care about Boomstick. I don't care about Mucinex, all the names. I don't give a fuck.
Hey man,
but what's sticking out is
all right.
Plagiarism at IGN. That's the takeaway from me.
All right, moving on to the next topic. Bethesda has come out here saying, you know what, for our next big release, Fallout 76 will not start on Steam. It will just start, you can buy it through Bethesda, through their first party game service online, but you will not be able to get it on Steam to start. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? 8Ball, what do you think?
Okay, so I actually did some thinking into this, and at first I was like, this is going to be awful. You lose a lot of your revenue and sales and exposure, mainly, for going on Steam and such. And like, oh man, that game's on there, broadcast to all the free people who can just look at it and say, man, this is something I can actually save up to for in the future. However, the more I thought about it, the more whenever I've had an experience with a game that was originally a console game or like was more focused on console, or Mortal Kombat X is a perfect example for this, or NBA 2Ks. Their clientele or their system that you go through Steam, usually you have to go through like an own, like almost like an admin or something like that, because it's not part of the game. Like Steam can't register it, so you have to have its own login, and it gets really messy. And usually the reviews are bashing that kind of login style. So I think they said they wanted to eliminate the middleman, and that's entirely true. You don't want to call an extra cell phone company where you can just talk straight to our Verizon representative right here. You don't want to talk to somebody else. You just go straight to Bethesda and say, hey, your game is good or bad, instead of having to go through Steam, going through reviews, trying to chalk up that. So I think it's a really good idea. You don't have to deal with that huge clientele problem or like merging of platforming and such. And then you can also just go straight to the source if you do have a problem with the game, and the reviews hit home faster about the game.
Do you think this is going to hurt them or not, Buritzubarru? Do you think not using Steam is going to cut into their sales at all?
I mean, absolutely. It's just, as April said, it's just less exposure. You don't see it on the Steam homepage, and yes, you're going to get diehard Bethesda and diehard Fallout fans who are going to find this game, regardless, who are already on it. It's on their radar. They know when it's coming out. But for other people who aren't necessarily sure, it's at least hurt their opening week. They're definitely not going to be showing the numbers that they would if they posted it straight to Steam. Kind of like what April's saying, I get why they're doing it. And an example that I have is with Civilization 6 recently. The review scores for that game are absolutely horrendous. And one of the reasons is because there was a user agreement really early on that basically said, we have the right to sell your information to people. However, and everybody was immediately crucifying this game for that. However, you could choose to say no and still play the game. But everybody hated it because it even had that option. And so I think what Bethesda's trying to do is avoid misunderstandings like that would affect user reviews. So user reviews aren't an issue. They literally just have...
I think it's more about them trying to avoid paying Steam, paying Valve for each... I mean,
absolutely that's an issue. Absolutely, that's part of it. But I think they're also kind of cutting out like this Steam user interference. Because that affects it. Because I haven't bought Civilization 6 because I saw these negative reviews. So... yes, there's multiple aspects to it, but do I think it's a bad idea? Yes. I think it's going to cut down on their sales immediately.
All right. Slamman, what do you think? Bethesda, also maker of Fallout Shelter, which first off was a mobile game, then later was ported to other places as well, including PC, but for the first 8 months of its existence on PC, it was not on Steam, then eventually it did come to Steam. Do you think they're going to do the same thing here, where they start off with saying, hey, we want all of the first sales. We want to get the full $60 from people, and then, half a year down the line, 3/4 of the year down the line, do you think then they'll come to Steam?
I think very likely, yes. Bethesda is definitely biting off more than they can chew, not only with their release window for console and PC and what have you, but also with the game itself. A lot of traditional fans are already up in arms about the fact that it's a multiplayer-only game without a lot of single-player aspect to it. So not only do you have that hurting the initial hype for the game, you're not launching it on Steam, the primary platform for years and years for that game series. People aren't going to be quick to buy it, in my opinion. What's more, with the ease of access of mods in the Steam Workshop and elsewhere, I'm wondering how they're going to incorporate a really popular trait of that game series to whatever game client they're going to create. And competing against Steam, but also, EA Origins, Blizzard, to a less successful extent, but also they're on the scene. I'm curious to see if they can survive in that race, and if so, how well.
Awesome. Any last thoughts on this, Hayo?
You know what, man? I think this whole thing is stupid as hell. You already know Steam has the interface that works. I can see, oh shit, Kaiser got this, but damn, fucking
Buritzubarru.
But say it again.
Buritzubarru.
I'm trying not to say it without the wrong. Buritzubarru. I got to.
You did it.
If I see all these guys logging on, I'm gonna go, oh damn, all my friends have this game. Now I'm gonna log on. I'm gonna message them in Steam. Hey, what's going on? Instead of having to download whatever thing Bethesda's doing, I played No Man's C. What's the actual name of that game?
It's
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of
Thieves
Thieves.
and No
Yeah,
Man's
I
Sky.
remember that. That was a good time.
Worst process imaginable. Trying to download the game, play the game. I'm like, how do I even
Windows Store.
use Xbox's interface?
Hmm.
I couldn't. It was awful.
But they
So,
do that. They do that for other console games, though. That's what I'm talking about, interface wise. So it would be like that
Fucking
kind of
idiotic.
interface.
Consoles stupid. If you play a console, go fuck yourself.
Okay, well.
The console exclusives. Come on.
All right, and final major topic here to finish off this week: Smash Brothers. Obviously, everybody and their grandmother's hyped for this fucking game. If you're not hyped for this game, get the fuck out of this call right now. No, but really, you're not hyped for Smash Brothers. Losing a point. No. They dropped a new direct last week, announcing some more third-party characters, 2 Castlevania characters, some more Echo Fighters, kind of explaining how that's going to work. They dropped the number of over 900 different soundtracks in the game, over 100 stages in the game. They dropped a character nobody wanted, King K. Rool. I'm kidding. I know a lot of people wanted that character, but I didn't want that character in this game.
No preference.
Kill him. Garbage character doesn't belong in Smash. What do you think this means? Do you think we're gonna find more? Do you think that there will be more character reveals after this, leading up to the game's launch? Slam Man, take it away.
As a not hyped guy for Smash Bros, one thing that I do find very interesting is that in one of Sakurai's videos in the background, there is a yellow and a purple chair. And there are 2 possibilities here. Either he's trolling everybody who wants Waluigi in the series, or it's a secret tidbit that he's going to be in the game. That being said, they're putting plenty of content into the game, and that's going to beg the classic question of quality versus quantity. Are they going to be able to back up all this new content with compelling gameplay? And for someone who's more into the competitive scene of Smash Brothers, how that's going to fare? I'm personally expecting it to be not super interesting and me go back to Melee, but there's a very good possibility that with these new characters, they can introduce more gameplay elements and hopefully build up a casual and competitive scene with the new content.
Awesome. Wesley, I don't know if you saw this new. Sorry, Buritzubarru. Damn it. Sorry, Buritzubarru. Did you see the?
You heard
Everyone knows. I've been
I
compromised.
said it in the beginning.
Edit it out.
Buritzubarru, you've seen this new thing going around. Basically, somebody took the in the middle of the Smash Direct. They had. They're like, oh, there's going to be a main part of the menu that we are not talking about yet. We're going to save a whole nother direct just for this part of the screen. And they blurred it out. Somebody online went, enhanced the picture, fixed it up, and according to them, it says spirits. What the heck is this game mode? Even if it's not spirits, even if this guy is completely full of shit, what the hell do you think this game mode could be? Are you hyped for it?
Battle Royale, Smash Brothers.
I
mean, I would play that. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It could be so many different things at this point. I'll talk about what I want it to be and what I think would be beneficial for the series for it to be. What I would want it to be is I love any game that has like a story mode. I absolutely loved Brawl's little thing that they did.
Adventure mode? That was fun.
Yeah.
Best cutscene, Kirby leading the charge.
Yeah, it was just fun
And
and
the music.
funny, and it was interesting, and it was another way to unlock characters that made progression in the game feel like you were accomplishing things for the multiplayer mode, which I liked. I think they did that very well. So that's what I would want it to be. And I heard some talk that they're like doing this thing where like they're showing characters getting killed, like Luigi got basically
that's true.
by the
soul
devil
removed from his body.
Yeah, so that could be a part of it. That could be an aspect. What I think would be beneficial to the series as a whole, I feel like they need to do something with multiplayer. I feel like there's gotta be, honestly, the idea of a battle royale doesn't.
Yeah, you said that, and now
awful.
it's kind of what I want.
Yeah,
No.
like that actually could be. That actually could be.
Forget 8-man Smash. Give me 100-man Smash.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. That's the thing
Polygon
that could be
fighters.
so interesting, because if you could have like a drop in, drop out Smash arena,
Okay.
that could be a very interesting concept, and it would be Nintendo hopping on the hype train of Fortnite, which Nintendo's smart, and I think that that's something that they
Recently
could be
they have been. I don't know
Yeah.
about all the time.
no, but recently, yes.
8-Ball, give me. Okay. There's a direct that comes tomorrow. The character of your dreams is in this game. Who is this
Don't
character?
do that way. I don't want to be limited to like talking about a character for this
got an
game,
answer for
man.
that
I have
already.
so much I could talk
Oh
about.
God.
That's a good question.
All right, fine. 8-Ball.
Lanky Kong?
8-Ball. Who you want in this game? Oh,
I
sorry.
want in this game?
Hayo. Who do you want in this game?
Goku, dude, bring him in.
Goku or Banjo Kazooie?
Jesus God.
No, I gotta be Gino.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. We're
Dude, come
losing
on.
the
The
plot
obvious
here.
answer: Solaire Amiibo, Solaire and Smash. Please, Nintendo. That would make me hype for the game. It would.
Jesus fucking God.
Oh, Mrs. Game and Watch.
Ooh, so that's better.
Hayo, what's a? Do you have anything that you're hyped for in this game that you think there's a chance for? What would encourage you to get into Smash? Because I know Smash is not traditionally your series.
I like Smash 64, and since then the game like triples in size every time a new one comes out.
I mean,
I was
one-
overwhelmed with Melee.
This one like quadruple. Like it was. They did a bit.
Kinda
in the thing
disgusting.
where- Whoa,
Yeah, so
whoa.
I'm not interested, man. I don't think there's anything that, even if they do drop in Goku, they're like, Hayo, we're coming to you. We're gonna take some pictures. We're putting you in the game, brother. I'm like, okay, great. I'm still not gonna play it, guys. Like,
Damn.
I don't
It's
have a lot
even
of
if
the
you-
platforms that
even
they
if
own
you,
and stuff. Like,
You what would your side B be?
my side B.
Yeah.
What's that?
What would your moveset be?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, I got like punches, and then like my specials are like
you would be a what is
A
it?
Mac.
A
Mac Shadow,
little
Echo
Mac,
Fighter.
an Echo Fighter of
The
Little
Mii
Mac.
Fighter.
Oh, we can do that. No, yeah, that's fine, man. Let's
Okay.
whatever. I'll be an Echo Fighter with Lil Mac.
Okay.
Except without boxing gloves. I just fucking slap people.
Okay. Just slaps. Just slaps. All
I have
right.
like 6 different taunts. That's
All
my
right.
side B.
8-Ball, I know you're hungry.
Okay.
Lay into me here. What you got?
There's a lot to fucking digest here. So first of all, there's a lot of things that have already been kind of everybody who's pointed out. Buritzubarru up here said something. Danny said something. So we're gonna be already in first names. I'm like, what the fuck? We're already gonna do that anyway. So
I didn't say
We're-
shit. Whatever.
we have a situation where there's too much content being questioned is actually bad. I disagree. I know quantity over quality, whatever. But Sakurai himself already said that he's going to release every character before the game even comes out. He already said that. So we're going to expect more characters, obviously. He already entailed that. So that question answers that question immediately. Second question, would a story mode be better? People have questioned that, and that's good. I like Subspace Emissary. It was really good. Probably the best part of Brawl, no matter what. And besides Brawl, the other best part about Brawl
You're forgetting
The
Tripping.
theme song?
was I was going to say the OST of Brawl, where you could play songs and the menuing for that. Fantastic, and they added that to Ultimate as well. They're adding the competitive from Melee
Battle.
because they already had that tournament, and Melee players played it and said, "Hey, this game is legit." You have former pro players that went to that tournament and said, "This game is the next like competitive game." They've said it. They've verified it. They brought back a lot of things. Wave dashing is like halted. You can't like keep spot dodging, all kinds of jazz like that. So that's already addressing the competitive edge of that. So we already got competitive edge addressed, character edge addressed. This game has a lot of potential already coming in. You could drop a character per month. You could add the new Pokemon Gen 7 character. They're probably going to have one of the starters from that. So you have so much you can talk about in this game. I do not have enough time to unpack that. If you want to have a private conversation with me.
Well, hey, maybe.
Hey, real quick, to
maybe-
hijack Kaiser's show, real quick, super quick question, 8-Ball. Does this game have any potential to overthrow Melee in the competitive scene?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, because it has so many characters and different viabilities. I hope that there's characters that challenge other top tier characters, unlike Melee, where it's only the top 10.
Good
Also,
point.
fun fact, they had a Monster Hunter thing I think you should check out too.
Yeah.
There's
Monster
Yeah,
Hunter.
they do have a
Yes,
Monster
there's
Hunter.
Monster Hunter in the game. So we mentioned that earlier.
All
But
right,
yes, I think it
so
has.
could be pretty
I think it has
good.
the ability to
Monster-
rival Smash 4. Already kind of dipped its toes in the water for it, and then the mod for Smash Melee as well kind of dipped its toes in there and kind of soaked in there. But I think you got Ultimate, you just go whoosh, right into the fucking pool, take a dive, take a splish splash in the pool. I think I'm gonna be going hard as shit on this in December, and you'll see me up on the billboards. So
Talk about an 8-ball cannonball going all.
Yeah, I'm fucking going in.
All right.
So,
We've got a tiebreaker here before we go into the final two. Wes, who do you want to see more than anything? Why? Character.
Oh, character? Oh, Gino. Gino
Okay.
from Super Mario Legend of the Seven Stars.
Yep.
Super Mario
Great.
RPG.
Great character.
Yeah,
great character.
I think he is a character. He's a niche character, but I think a lot of people love that game. A lot of people love the Paper Mario series, and that is the precursor to the Paper Mario series. People who play that game love that game.
What about you, Slamman? Who do you got? Who you got?
Only because there's an amiibo. Solaire, I think, is a natural potential pick, and Dark Souls is pretty big. I freaking love Dark Souls. Solaire's awesome. Praise the sun.
Alrighty. That cuts it down. All right. Hayo and Wes, it's time to go home and become a family.
Oh my god!
No. Are we getting booted?
Goodbye.
Final two. All right, lightning round. Red Dead Redemption 2 is just on the horizon. Do we think that has any chance to come close to the juggernaut that is GTA 5? And actually, do you think this, contrary, do you think this game might actually hurt GTA 5's sales? 8-Ball, what do you think?
Absolutely not. It has no chance of catching GTA 5. Has no chance of catching any GTA game, in my opinion. That's probably false, maybe an exaggeration. But in terms of GTA sales, I got a little quick stats I wanted to look up. GTA 5 sold like 95,000 or 95 in the. This is millions of sales, I believe. So 95 million is GTA 5. The next is GTA. These are all Rockstar games. It's GTA San Andreas is next. Then GTA. Grand Theft Auto 4, then Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3. So those are like how many? 5 Grand Theft Autos in a row. All the way down to 49th is Red Dead Redemption, the first one.
How many copies is that at? Does it say?
It has 15 million.
That's
In
still pretty damn
comparison
good.
to a large 95 million by GTA 5.
fair.
It has no chance. I think the second one's going to sell decently well, but Rockstar is a great game. If you're competing with your own games, you're doing a good job.
All right.
So, I think GTA
That's true.
is just
That's
too,
true.
What's
too much of
what's the use, Slam Man? Anything to add to that one?
As big of a Red Dead fan as I am, and I prefer Red Dead to GTA, the cowboy setting for video games is more of a niche pick than modern times in the big city. So I think there's a natural element to preferring GTA for the wider audience of gamers. That being said, if somehow Rockstar incorporates a really compelling multiplayer online mode to Red Dead, where you and your squad can join up and rob trains and what have you, that'd be super exciting and maybe could have potential. But even if they aren't as successful as GTA, I gotta applaud them. When they release a gameplay trailer, it's a gameplay trailer. That's so fantastic in this day and age. Good job. I'm so excited.
Awesome. I'm going to give that one to 8-Ball because he did his homework on that one. All right, next topic. Ninja, the most popular Fortnite streamer and possibly the most popular streamer in the world, had an article on him this week saying that he refuses to stream with women and explaining his opinions on that. Basically, he's kind of afraid that the internet machine will turn against him. He's married, possibly as an interest to protect his wife from rumors saying like, oh, he's streaming with this girl a lot. He must be flirting with her. Maybe they're together. And he says, no, I don't want to become involved with that, so I'm just not going to stream with women. Slamman, do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea?
Well, as some people have said, Ninja is not a businessman. He's a businessman. He is so successful on Twitch. He is doing all the right stuff to get those viewers in there. So I would say, A, anything that he thinks, tends to work for him is probably what's going to resonate with his current fan base, which is incredibly successful for him. And B, at the end of the day, he's a quality content creator on Twitch. He can post whatever he wants, as long as it's not, directly offensive or alienating towards, people, of course, and probably still maintain a pretty good subscriber feed. I would say, good for him, in my opinion. If he wants to stream his game in the way he wants to and play the friends that he wants to, that's what we all do at the end of the day. Just playing games with friends, and he can do whatever he wants.
8-Ball, do you think he has kind of any obligation to use his platform to help elevate more diverse voices, in this case, women?
I think he's already using his platform to elevate other games that he's playing. And in all honesty, he basically carries the entire Fortnite train on its soul right there. If he leaves Fortnite, we don't know what that could be. We haven't already seen it without too much Ninja in there. Slamman is completely correct in regards to who he can stream with, whoever he wants, and he's no obligation to boost other people. He is just like all inspiring in terms of Twitch. Like he could probably do just about like anything and probably still retain a lot of his viewer base. Now, there's obviously some stipulations that we don't want to know, the PewDiePie situation, but you can pick. He can choose whoever he wants to stream with. I think it's admirable that he's like, hey, I want to showcase that I'm not gonna do anything that could jeopardize my relationship with my wife. Because even if it's just streaming with other people, rumors do chalk up. This is the Twitch fucking hive mind right here. It's parasitic. It lies, creates clips, it distorts things because it puts them in 30-second clips of like anything that can happen. So I think Ninja is completely incorrect in doing so if he thinks it's going to jeopardize his at all, because it's his job and he's making a killing at it. So.
Okay.
And off 8Ball's comment, look at Dr. Disrespect. He has all kinds of, big scenes on his Twitch stream based on the fact that he's a married man, and Twitch viewers will go out of their way to troll him and ask him about that topic when he's just trying to stream a game he wants to play. It's a lot of danger at play.
Twitch is the exact kind of place that will go and search for very specific things just to fucking be an asshole and post it on Reddit. I know this because they do it on the League Reddit all the time, trying to find instances where they can ban streamers and toxic players.
All right, I'm gonna give that one to Dan just to keep it interesting here.
Lucky me.
Final conversation here.
All aircraft report.
I think it is.
I'm missing.
Do we think PlayStation's tactic of refusing to incorporate crossplay has been successful for them? You go back 2-3 weeks ago, this was all anybody was talking about in the games industry. Fuck PlayStation. How dare they not include crossplay? How dare they make it so hard? They locked their Epic account on Fortnite, the most popular game in the world. If you ever played on PlayStation, that account was locked to PlayStation. You could not take a Switch. All of the in-game purchases were now locked to your PlayStation, and they've stuck hard on that. They've basically just kind of pled ignorance and said, well, we'll do something maybe. Meanwhile, now it's 3 weeks later. People aren't talking about it as much. I still think it's there, but not nearly as loud. Do you think that this strategy has paid off? Do you think they've gotten past this and are now moving forward and just still making so much money as the #1 console out there? 8Ball, what do you think?
I think it's no secret that PlayStation has the stronger singular title game series. They've been that way for generations, almost years. I think they've always had that title. People would argue like maybe Halo maybe overtook it, maybe Gears of War and whatnot. But I think PlayStation has had a very strong foothold in having very unique titles to its own branch. So in terms of blocking other people off or saying, hey, we're going to keep our own series titles to ourselves, that's completely fine. I think that's a very strong move. In terms of, I've always been a guy who likes cross-platforming. I've said that in other videos and stuff, that I wish other games you could play with cross-platforming. If I got this version of Overwatch on PlayStation, I like to be able to play with my Xbox friends, but I can see why PlayStation would do this. They are winning the race, so like, why not just keep your guys in the dust right there? So block off anything you can. Do you
think the strategy is going to be successful for them, or do you think this will come back to bite them?
I think I don't know about like successful. I think they'll keep their revenue, keep their agenda going. I don't think it'll hurt them in the slightest, in my opinion. It might drop off, fizzle out a little couple instances in terms of companies. But I think their series titles are so goddamn strong. Anything that would be lost from them neglecting to trade, I guess, titles is what we're arguing, I think would just be made up in their own singular titles that they're so fucking fierce. You got everything. I could just list off. I could have like a notebook or glossary of how many series titles that they have that have influenced somebody.
And Slamman, what do you think? Is them refusing to do crossplay going to hurt them financially or in the long run?
I would say it will not hurt them. As you were alluding to, the issue is almost entirely blown over at this point, and I have to give the 100% agree with 8Ball here. Sony is the single-player, console. I'm a PC gamer now. I was an Xbox gamer going up, and I now own a PS4 only for the single-player exclusives. That's what their market has been for quite some time now. You got Bloodborne, God of War, Last of Us, etc. That is their niche, and I doubt they're concerned with crossplay on Fortnite, given success they've had so far with their console. You can play Fortnite on mobile, on PC, and Xbox. Them missing out on that opportunity, on a free-to-play game, I don't think it's going to really hurt them in the long run.
All right. Winner for this week, you're going to the final minute to win it, is Slam Man. Thank you very much for playing it,
Oh, it's on the beard!
We will,
You better give a good one. I'm ready for it.
All right, Slam Man, you've got 1 minute on the clock here. What do you want everyone to hear you say?
Honestly, a thing about gaming that I really enjoyed as a kid that I think has almost lost its existence nowadays is, to an extent, is online social gaming. I still remember a very clear divide playing Halo 3 on the Xbox 360 that at one point in time you could be in the game lobby playing Big Team Slayer. People are singing stuff, people are trolling you, people are talking about the game, they're talking about their daily life. And being involved in the community there was awesome, and I really loved that aspect of Halo 3 in that timeline. Or in that time, pardon me. Too much Steins Gate. That being said, now with the invention of party systems with Discord, Skype, there is a much more privatized aspect on social gaming. That to an extent, even I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World PC lately, you can match up with people with the SOS flares, but people are already in their pre-established chats with their friends, which I don't blame them for. It's fun to talk with your friends. But to an extent, I kind of miss the olden days of being able to talk with strangers online, and unless you're playing a competitive game where communication is necessary, it's kind of a lost art. So in my opinion, rest in peace to the olden days of talking with strangers online gaming.
All right. Thank you very much. That was a perfect minute to win it right there. Let's get everybody back in the chat here. And awesome. Thank you guys so much for doing this with me. Hope we all had a good time talking about things around the monitor this week. Any final words to impart, everybody else?
Get Smash Ultimate.
Final words, hit me up. I'm PC, the Slam Man, Monster Hunter World. I got dual blades.
Actually,
let's dice them up. Let's capture them.
Yeah. Where can people find you guys? Give me your plugs. Give me your plugs.
Twitch TV / whatever it is, the Slam Man, the way it's spelled, and then especially on Steam, I play a lot of Monster Hunter World. The Slam Man, hit me up if you have any interest in playing with the bearded bruiser himself.
Hey, Paul.
Twitch.tv, the Green 8 Ball. I play a bunch of tactical games. Watch me fail miserably at Pokemon Nuzlocke, Fire Emblem, PMUs, League, Overwatch. I play just about anything that you think is tactical. XCOM 2, I probably play it or put it on my YouTube, which is also the Green 8 Ball. So
awesome.
Please check those out if you're interested in seeing somebody fail.
Real quick, sorry, twitch.tv/slamman. There's no the. It was taken. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say something if you did it.
I'm still pissed. It's gone forever.
Hi, anything for you? Where can we find you?
If you Google Hio590, that's me everywhere, except for the porn sites. That's not me.
Jesus God.
Ooh, exclusive.
And Buritzubarru.
That's Hio591.
Anything you want to
plug? Just to give me some extra points for next time, Ridley's too big for Smash. Shouldn't be in
Hey!
Oh, wait.
This guy.
Real quick, how do you pronounce your own name? How do you pronounce
Buritzubarru?
So we can establish the canon of your name pronunciation.
It's Wes.
No, Buritzubarru. How do you pronounce that? What is your take on
That's
that
how you
name?
pronounce Buritzubarru. W-E-S.
It's Buritzubarru.
Buritzubarru. Buritzubarru.
You don't have to do the Buritzubarru. That makes it sound like it's...
I mean, the more R's, the more intense. Buritzubarru.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll be back next week with more Around the Monitor.
Until next time. On Dragon Ball Z.